Welcome back, viewers. We now have a technology presentation on BFSI plus FinTech one stop solution for digital onboarding and lending by Mr. Praveen Khanna, who is the Vice President Alliances at ScoreMe Solutions Private Limited. He has 2 years decades of experience in the IT financial services industry. In his earlier role, he headed the derivatives syndicated platforms division within India at a London headquartered financial services data provider IHS market. Praveen is passionate about data analytics and is a voracious reader. He holds an MBA from IIM Lucknow and an MS from BITS Pilani. So now I'd like to hand it over to Mr. Praveen Khanna to carry on with the presentation.
Thank you, Aman, for inviting me to this presentation on BFSI plus FinTech solutions, one-stop solutions for digital onboarding and lending. My name is Praveen Khanna, and I'm here on behalf of ScoreMe Solutions. We are essentially a FinTech provider building platforms for paperless credit and are parented by a tier one merchant investment bank, Resurgent India. Resurgent India Investment Bank was started in the year 2005 and has been offering services in the area of fundraising, capital markets, and valuations. The founders of ScoreMe were earlier seasoned bankers and were a part of Resurgent India. And in the year 2017 was spawned the idea of starting a fintech under the aegis and under the shield of Resurgent India. We are a big team of passionate members of about 100 odd members. We're spread across 5 locations in India, and I'm absolutely delighted to be speaking at this event today. So let's get started with some trends that we are seeing in the financial sector in India, and especially in the BFSI and fintech space. Now, just to set the context, way back in 2015, just about 5 years ago, India had only about 400 fintech startups. Since 2015, there has been a rapid 5-fold increase, leading to more than 2,000 fintechs now in India. These fintechs have been transforming, so the growth has been pretty secular, and they've been transforming the areas of payments, insurtech, lending, and wealth tech. Specifically, if I talk about digital lending, the need has been twofold. Borrowers needing secured funds instantly, and then banks who want to service loans quickly and in a more efficient and effective manner. Hence, the fintech industry is partnering with banks and other financial institutions, leveraging a lot of data and helping automate underwriting of loans. Now, we clearly live in the digital age where web and mobile is omnipresent. Just looking at some of the recent data, we now have about 700 million users who are accessing the internet in India today via mobile. This is the largest number in the world, and this is expected to grow to about 1.5 billion by the year 2040. Coupled with this has been the increase in the digital transactions. So about 38% of the transactions were digital and real-time in the year 2020, and this was incidentally the highest. We had exceeded the number of digital transactions as compared to China as well. This is expected to hit about 50% in 2024, and the number of digital transactions will actually exceed the paper-based transactions by the year 2025, hitting a number of 72%. Now, that's not it. What's also happening is, while we have the second largest number of fintechs across the world, the adoption of fintechs actually is the highest in the world. So we have an adoption rate of nearly 87% as compared to the global average of 67%. Now, what's driving this big change, and why are so many fintechs getting spawned and also partnering with financial institutions? One of the key drivers for this has been the government mindset and the support that fintechs are receiving from the government. There are 4 broad themes that are driving the change. Government is very active on the Aadhaar-based identity for each individual in India. Bank accounts, including Jan Dhan accounts, are being opened. There's UPI-based payments that's becoming the norm. And broadly, the biggest change has been the democratization of access to data. So a lot of public data, including ITR returns, KYC, Ministry of Corporate Affairs data, is now becoming publicly accessible. This has led to also the India Stack being created, new solutions on video KYC, Bharat Bill payments, and new account aggregators are coming into the picture. Another big change that we've seen is from the government end has been support for fintech hubs. More than INR 2 billion has been allocated for setting up fintechs across metros. Now, the interesting thing in India that we observe is the coexistence of both the physical and the digital. So this is called the phygital experience. While India has the highest per capita digital data consumption, what we are seeing is that there will be, going forward, a broad coexistence between the digital and the physical theme. So while the density of branches for banking institutions might come down in future, there will be a coexistence of the digital and the physical space. So there are twin themes that are happening with the banking world. The acquisition of customers might be digital, but the servicing of customers might be physical, or vice versa. The servicing might be digital, but the acquisition will be physical. And we're seeing this change not just in the public sector, not just in the private sector institutions. We're also seeing this change in the public sector institutions as well. Just recently, I was observing if you applied for loans via the SBI YONO app, you would get a lower rate of interest. Union Bank has recently indicated that 50% of the bank credit will now be delivered through digital channels by the year 2025. So these are big emerging times, and lots of digitization and physical experience will be the norm in the future. Now, as a consequence of that, there's been greater collaboration between banks and fintechs. There's open banking that's taking shape. Digital lending is becoming the norm, and other sectors are also getting spawned. And so a lot of new products are getting launched. RBI has now recently come out with a paper that there should be co-lending between banks and NBFCs using digital platforms. Recently, RBI has said that the fintech market in India is nearly 2 lakh crores today, and it's expected to triple to about 6 lakh crores by the year 2025. So it's led to a rise of various innovative models. Now, these products had possibly not seen the light of day until a decade ago. When I used to approach financial institutions for credit, I had never seen solutions such as point of sale based lending or buy today, pay later lending. But now this has become the increasing norm. All this is being driven by more democratic access to data and fintechs becoming the back-end engines behind financial institutions. So I'd like to take this stage now to introduce you to some of the solutions that we offer as a part of ScoreMe and how we enable paperless credit as a part of ScoreMe. Now, if you see, typically, when a person or a corporate institution approaches a bank or a financial institution for lending, there are several documentation that is included as a part of the loan application. So a bank may request bank statements, GST analysis, various financial statements. KYC needs to be done both for the retail or the corporate customer. There's several legal data analysis that needs to be carried out. All of this now can be automated via ScoreMe APIs. What ScoreMe does is it helps authenticate, auto-fetch, process, and analyze unstructured data that is contained in documents such as bank statements, GST returns, legal records from all the courts, ranging from Supreme Courts all the way to tribunals, and helps makes the process much faster, efficient, and seamless for financial institutions. So we have partnerships where for our KYC service, we are able to access more than 25 public data sources. We can also auto-fetch GST returns for corporates, and we can also process bank statements both in Excel formats or in OCR formats. What this results in is us being able to offer solutions both on the corporate and the retail side. So, in case a corporate is seeking a loan, the corporate would basically approach the bank. We'll be able to auto fetch various bank statements, GST returns. We'll be able to assess what is the need for security. And all of this will be in a seamless zero touch mode, minimizing the human effort and maximizing the efficiency for banking institutions. The same use case can be implemented in the area of bill discounting as well. We can do various ratio analysis. If we need to do the credit bureau analysis for the buyer, we can do that as well. And based on all the analysis and integration with the loan origination systems, ScoreMe is able to calculate a score which will make decision making much, much faster for financial institutions. Again, is the situation with retail loans. I'm reminded of the time when about a decade ago I had to approach a financial institution for a loan. And I had to do all this huge paperwork, and I had to carry a book full of paperwork which I had to submit to the bank. All that is history today. All we need to do is we need to approach the digital channel of the bank, submit our income tax returns. Most of these statements can also be auto-fetched, and the KYC can be automated. And this increases both the efficiency and the transparency for the financial institution, making them, helping them make faster decisions. So the final future that we are envisioning is an end-to-end offering where we can be partners on the digital and co-lending space, offering a solution where the retail customer or the corporate customer just enters the banking or the financial institution website, chooses the type of loan that he or she wishes to take. Based on that, is presented with the type of documents that he or she needs to submit, some of which can be auto-fetched, some of which can be uploaded. And based on this, a pre-approval for the lending can be made in within seconds, something which used to take 35 to 45 odd days earlier in the paper-based model. So that's the kind of solutions that we are building in partnerships with various financial institutions. So the kind of model that's emerging is ScoreMe is offering this machine learning-based, artificial intelligence-based software. It's creating a phygital experience for financial institutions. So we partner. So our software intelligence basically partners with the human intelligence of credit analysts, and we can offer solutions across retail, MSME, point of sale loans, across all types of loans that a financial institution wishes to offer to its customers. So we have several success stories. We've served several private banks. We are serving and partnering with several public sector banks. We are also in partnerships with various rating agencies and several digital lenders. And of course, this is growing, and we want to continue partnering and building new and efficient products, helping reduce risk, improve operational efficiency, and enhance transparency for financial institutions. So those are our contacts. I'll be very, very happy to connect with members subsequently. And very happy to be here again and presenting this brief presentation on digital lending in partnership with IELTS. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Khanna, for this wonderful presentation on the one-stop solution for digital onboarding and lending for BFSI and the fintech industry. I think it was a very insightful presentation, and I'm sure our viewers have gained a lot of knowledge from you. We would now like to give a small token of our appreciation on behalf of Elets Technomedia. So this is for Mr. Praveen Khanna, Vice President Alliances, ScoreMe Solutions Private Limited. Thank you, Mr. Khanna, for making a presence at our summit.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me here today. Pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. So to all our viewers, we now have a a break till 1:15 p.m. You can now take this time to network with other delegates, visit the expo, or maybe grab some lunch. So see you all again at 1:15 p.m. for our next round of panel discussions.